It's early February here in California, 2021. Chilly morning, just got done with a 70-minute chug, quarter-mile walk, quarter-mile run. Feeling okay, got a doctor's appointment this afternoon with my heart doctor, see how my congestive heart failure is going. Who knows, I know I've definitely lost my top end. Being that it's February, we're now almost 11 months into California lockdown. And, I've been door dashing for a couple years, and I've been door dashing throughout the lockdown. And I haven't run into a Maskhole until yesterday. Sure, I wear the mask whenever I go into a restaurant, when I pull up to people's houses, put it on. Everybody's got a ring cam nowadays. I just want to put people at ease. So I wear it whenever I'm not going to be able to social distance. I don't wear it when I'm working out, but I'm by myself most of the time. So, I go into restaurants. Occasionally I get a little attitude from some bros, older dudes who see me with a mask on. Or I go into businesses, especially businesses really impacted by the mask, and I get a little attitude, but not much. I don't really care. One of the things I kind of like about the mask is that people can't see how annoyed I am sometimes waiting for the food or this, that, and the other. So anyways, yesterday I went into the local bakery, Smith's Bakery, and when I pulled up, I saw this big old bro, 6'4" or something, looks like Gronsky, with the Super Bowl guy. And he's like 6'4", 250 or something bigger. He's got his big black truck all decked out with his Raw Fitness logos. And he's standing out front of the place, kind of looking, all menacing anyways. So Smith's has a policy, 3 people in at the time, most 3 customers and mask, please. And it's right on the door. There were 3 people in the place. So I stood outside with my mask. One guy left. I went in. 2 young women working behind the counter. A couple of young ladies, customers. I'm waiting. Then I hear the bell ding. And the big bro walks in with his hoodie on, looking all menacing. And I hear the young lady behind the counter, she's all 5 foot tall, say to him, do you have a mask? And he's just like, menacingly, no. And she's all, well, we require you wear a mask if you come in our store. And he just glares at her and makes everybody really, he's trying to intimidate her. And I was just like, really, dude? And then he eventually realized he's not going to get his way. And he's like, I'll just take my business elsewhere. And it's just kind of ridiculous. I know I later on Googled his fitness thing, and I know the clubs, and fitness gyms have been taking a hit with COVID. But, he talks about how, open-armed he is, how friendly he is, and how he safely trains you and stuff. But, he's ignoring, the restrictions of this business, and he wants to promote local business like himself. Well, Smith's has been around since 1945, and the ladies are just working their phone rules. And they have to because of health code violations and all that. So it's just super, super annoying. I guess not bad considering I go into a lot of restaurants doing door dashing that I haven't run into a Maskhole yet. But this guy definitely was right there on the top of it. So chilly morning here in Bakersfield. So yesterday I had my first Maskhole. I was also playing poker, and I was watching some YouTube and watched the cross-country meet, the Division I. It was Northern Arizona and BYU and some others. I guess they were running in Nevada. I don't know, it was like the Silver Classic or something like that. What struck me was it was just weird. It's almost like watching a high school meet. It's just at some kind of fugly-looking park. Of course, Las Vegas kind of looks like Bakersfield. And they were just running laps around this course, I guess. It was oddly marked with some ribbons and cones. Seemed like a lot of times they were kind of cutting the course a little bit. They did put AstroTurf over the sidewalks because I guess a lot of these guys wear spikes, but it definitely looked like your typical Central California course, flat, pancake flat, running around in circles, no hills, not really anything. It's almost like a road race. Interesting race in terms of Nico Young running. Of course, he's a great California runner, and it's his first cross-country meet. Guess he did run a track meet, but, with COVID, he hasn't been running. And he ended up, running smartly. There was a good group of guys at the mile, and then they kind of filtered away. And then it came down to him and a guy from BYU, and the BYU guy ended out kicking him at the end, and he got second. BYU ended up winning the race, the team title, but Northern Arizona was missing a couple of their top guys, so I don't think that was of importance. It's interesting, BYU's got a great program, and they've got great facilities, kind of like Northern Arizona does in terms of altitude and all that, but BYU also has the missions, and here in Bakersfield we have a lot of missionaries, Mormons, and so I'm quite familiar with the mission process. But it's a huge benefit when your program, and I know their football team the same way, where a guy goes off on a mission for 2 years, comes back and has his eligibility, and 2 years older, especially with boys turning into men, is a huge advantage. So it was great to see Nico as a true freshman holding his own against everybody. Be interesting to see how he does. True freshmen haven't done all that well in NCAA. Bob Kennedy, a long time ago, won as a true freshman. So it'll be interesting to see. And of course, the cross-country championships are going to be in March, I think the same weekend as the indoor championships, which makes no sense. But yeah, it was interesting, the coverage. It seemed like the cart was in front of him was a little too close at times, kicking up lots of dirt and stuff. It was no commentating, just got the cart noise the entire time. And it was what it was. I guess it was on Flow Track, but then someone threw it up on the YouTube. It's interesting, just you watch that and go, wow, this is Division I. And no wonder our sport's not quite that popular, because it was production and whatnot wasn't very interesting. It just seemed like you were at a high school cross-country meet, not even a good one. Like, we have quite a lot of really good ones, like the Clovis Invite coming up and at Woodward Park soon. So it was just interesting to watch. Not that cold, but my dogs already went in, got the treats, and went in. So before I do my kettlebell workout, that I talk about one other cool thing I saw yesterday on YouTube, watching the Cyclocross World Championships. And it was in Belgium, I believe, and it was along the coast. I guess they do have oceanfront property there, and it was a pretty cool. I really like cyclocross. It's really fun to watch. This one was on the beach, so they were riding through sand. They were riding along by the ocean with the tides, and sometimes even getting hit by the water. Then they had to jump off and ride on the grass at some horse racing track, and then they had this big ramp going over the road. It was at a 21-degree angle, so pretty cool. An hour of action. Of course, Holland dominated and won most of the medals, with Belgium picking up the other ones. Just a spectacular course and format, and I really wish that we would do that with running. I think the whole cyclocross format would be fun. I know here in Bakersfield we have a guy, Sam Ames, who puts on a lot of races. He put on one of the really good gravel races early on, the Rock Cobbler. And I wish one time he put on a cyclocross race at Hart Park, and I said, hey, I would love to run this thing. And so one year he did let people run it. And I think courses like these cyclocross courses would be fun to run, just make it a time, like 40 minutes and then finish a lap. And so it was very good. The production was really great. Of course, this was the World Championships, but they've been televising these things on European television for decades. So definitely check out some cyclocross action if you're into cycling. And it's amazing how so many cyclocross stars are now becoming road stars. And like they were saying, it's a great way to train. It's safe, you don't have to deal with cars, and you become an expert bike handler by getting out there and doing cyclocross. If I was younger, I would definitely try it out. So as always, stay healthy, be boring, not epic. All of a sudden it shows, run! The rest of California. Still